Fielding Arena. That means we are in Knoxville, Tennessee, an SEC showdown between the Volunteers and the Gators of Florida. You see Tennessee's ranked, but check out the SEC records, and this has been a very bunched up conference all season long, which is why every game matters, including this one tonight. Auburn battling Alabama at home tonight. Auburn up to a 6-point lead midway through the first half. Tennessee and Florida, and you see those handful of teams there at 8 and 7. Along with Sean Farnham, Carl Rabbit, Seth Greenberg in just a minute. It almost feels like they're playing to get that double bye in the tournament, so this is a tournament game.
Look, you and I are both going to be in St. Louis on the call of the SEC tournament this year, and chaos is the key word. And right now, we could literally see at the end of the night, 6 teams tied for 3rd place. Now remember, the top 4 teams get that bye all the way to the quarterfinals, and that's why this game tonight in particular is so important for both of these two teams.
We're all about chaos.
I love chaos.
We love chaos.
Speaking of chaos, isn't the guy that's with us chaotic?
Playing under the weather, so Greenberg vacates and runs all the way over to an isolated spot. And he joins us now with how Tennessee can win.
Well, for Tennessee to win this basketball game, they've got to play through the post. And when you play through the post of Tennessee, you're playing through Grant Williams. Rick Barnes put a challenge to Grant Williams. He wants him to attack the glass, carve out pace, and finish at the rim. Don't fade, don't take the ball away from the basket, but take it into the defender. His challenge was plain and simple. He thought Grant was spending too much time talking and not enough time playing. Get back to who you are and how you win, Grant Williams, and that is being the hardest playing, toughest player on the floor, and that will be the challenge for him tonight.
Maybe the smartest player on the floor, a kid that got into Harvard and Yale and University of Richmond was after him, but he wanted to come here to Tennessee. And you know, he's been up and down, and unfortunately kind of down here most recently, especially his last game.
Well, and like Coach said, I love the fact he challenged him, and he called him out publicly. For Rick Barnes to challenge a player, you know he's expecting that you answer that call, and because it's not just what Rick does all the time. And Chris Chiozza's been called out a little bit as of late too. I mean, he has not handled on-ball screens defensively late in the second half of the last 2 games. He's expected to be the leader for Florida from the start all the way through, and the numbers have dipped as of late. He needs to regain that form he had about 3 weeks ago.
Last couple of games, Chiozza 5 points, 6 points. He's 5 of 24 from the field. Keith Stone coming off maybe his best game this season, went for 20 and 6 against Vanderbilt. On the other side, we know about Grant Williams. Key for Tennessee is going to be rebounding. That was stressed during their shoot-around today. They ran through a variety of defensive schemes and offensive plays, but the end result was we got to rebound. We got to out-rebound these guys. When they out-rebound teams, they're 12 and 1. Alexander jumps center, and Tennessee controls. Jordan Bone, quick shot out of the gate. He gets it to go. Good start for the Vols.
Yeah, I love the aggressive downhill attack of Tennessee.
Bone picks up Chiozza. They play man-to-man. Williams on Stone down low. They'll try to get Williams, if they can, in some foul trouble. He is prone to it. In fact, Tennessee's prone to some foul trouble.
And Coach, Florida doesn't have an interior presence, right? This is not a secret. We know this to be true. But the last 3 games, Mike White has tried to come out and get Hayes engaged in this game underneath.
Yeah, you've got to get those big guys engaged and give them some touches, because you need them to rebound, you need them to defend, you need them to be alert. And the only way you're going to do that is to get them engaged in the game. But they've got to help themselves as well.
Hey, if Keith Stone were playing soccer, this would be in the back of the net. He stumbled, and as a result, edited into like row 3.
Corner kick?
It's a goal kick. It's going the other way.
I think a big problem right now for Florida, right now, you saw the first possession, they've got to be able to guard the basketball. And this has been a struggle for them all season long.
Admiral Schofield, foul line jump shot.
First 2 possessions, Tennessee has gotten shots off exactly where they want to be out on the floor.
Kayvon Allen handles for Florida. Goes a corner 3, good pass, shot long, and the rebound goes off Stone. They'll go the other way. Good look in the corner for Kulichev, who's a 42% three-point shooter.
Those are the type of shots you want to see if you're Florida. They just need to go down.
They're good shots, but the problem is if you don't have anyone in the post to play through, eventually those are going to be contested threes because you don't have to help and scrape down on the post.
Tennessee's made its first two. Schofield off. Offensive rebound, and it's stolen by Chiozza, who pushes, and he is a one-man fast break. Stone having a hard time handling the ball. All three possessions for the Gators have ended up with balls going out of bounds off Stone's either hands or head.
It's not good.
Now that's some analysis right there.
That's fact. It's fact.
I mean, what do you say? You're not catching the ball, you're heading the ball. I mean, you're just trying too hard. I mean,
they've got to get into a set. Don't you think they got to get into a set and dictate the shot they want to get, Sean?
Yeah, and I'd like to see Kayvon Allen re-engage in the offense.
Good pass down low as Williams got behind the defender, and Mike White says, hang on a second. 6-0. We're going to get our first timeout. Crowd to its feet. We'll take a timeout for 30 seconds. The Volunteers up early.
Drink, sir? No, thanks. I'm still driving.
Well, Grant Williams' first touch of the game, and it comes on the last possession, does a great job creating the angle and sealing off and able to finish underneath. When he's at his best, the angle is created before the catch so that he can just go right up, shield with his body, and be able to finish.
Tough guy to defend down low, isn't he? When Williams gets the ball in the right spot.
So strong.
Actually, usually likes to get it on that other block, but the most important thing is Rick Barnes getting done what he wants to get done offensively. Paint touches and post touches.
Jalen Hudson, number 3, into the game. He's there in a back cut. That shot was blocked by Admiral Schofield.
This Tennessee team is tough. When they're playing engaged, they are such a difficult team because they get after you defensively. They make you feel uncomfortable. And offensively, as we've seen already in this game, they find the shot that they want to get. Good rotation. Schofield recovering defensively to block that shot. But all the looks we're seeing offensively for Tennessee, they're going towards the basket. They're getting that mid-range jump shot for Schofield.
Jordan Bowen picked up that foul. He also committed his first turnover in 3 games. He hadn't had a turnover in his previous 2 games. And guard play is going to be huge. Rick Barnes said that earlier today during the shoot-around. Our guards have got to make sure they do not turn the ball over. Long 3, and that one off the iron, and a good block out, but now the ball on the ground, and then we're going to have a jump. It's possession to Florida.
And that's an open shot, Carl, but you've been able to get the ball posted your first 3 possessions. Right there, Grant Williams had a defender on his back. That ball's got to go inside and play off the post pass.
Interesting story about the Gators. They came out of the gates on fire. That PK80, their first 6 games, shot almost 50% from the floor. And you see what has happened in the 21 games since. They have fallen off tremendously. And as a result, they've been inconsistent, like most of the teams in this conference. Other than Auburn, up, down. These 2 teams more up than down, but inconsistent.
Well, a lot of that into PK80 too, and Mike White will tell you his style of play. The 3 teams they faced out there, none of them are really great in defensive transition. So the loudest team to space the floor, and they just flat out were shooting the lights out of it. I mean, we left the PK80 saying, man, Florida, they could be so special this year. That game against Gonzaga was the game of the non-conference this year.
Early in the season, what do teams struggle at? Defensive transition, guarding the basketball, and help defense. So early in the season, it's a different game. So, you know, now people have settled in. They got a little bit of a game plan. They understand what they want to give and what they want to take away. And because Florida doesn't have anyone to throw to on the block, now it's easier to stay home a little bit on those shooters and still keep Chiozza out of the lane.
Right.
You talk about John Egbunu, of course, was expected to maybe come back towards late January. Here we are in February, and no signs of him. Literally no signs. He's not even on the trip.
Admiral Schofield attending to what looked like a cut on his right hand. Substitutes into the game. Lamonte Turner, he's in for Tennessee. Chiozza. That's another turnover for Florida. They got a handful early in this game. And it's getting a little ragged. In fact, the last couple of offensive trips for Tennessee have been long three-point shots.
Well, and they can rest easy, though, because Florida, 3 of their first 4 shots are from beyond the arc. They have 3 turnovers already. Nothing has gone in any kind of rhythm or flow outside of the one pass to Kulichov in the corner.
Florida played a game against Vanderbilt, and they committed only 3 turnovers.
Yeah, I did that game on Saturday.
We're there now. We've got 3 and counting. The foul shot thrown up, and they still with a 0 on the scoreboard, and that one off the hands of the Gators. Dante Bassett into the game. So it's been a rough start. So we'll send Seth to talk with Mike White. Have fun with that, Seth. We'll continue from Tennessee after this.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Mobile One Annual Protection. Proven protection for 20,000 miles.
Hey, strike! That's not bad. Strike!
Man, I'm getting hungry.
What can I get you?
Tri-tip slaw and baked beans.
Anything else?
Oh, and chili fries.
2 up chili fried!
I mean, I wish they looked cooler, but speakers are all about sound.
Don't settle. Shop eBay for speakers you really want from all the best brands. eBay.
Vibranium secured.
Well done, my king.
Is my ride ready?
Of course, big brother. But you have to hurry.
Step into the spotlight.
Show up.
Experience luxury performance that takes the crown. Presenting the all-new Lexus LS 500. Long live the king.
Get half off exactly what you want with Pizza Hut's 50% off pizza deal. That's 50% off your favorites like hand-tossed pepperoni, meat lovers, or even Original Fan Supreme. That's right, get 50% off any menu price pizzas when you order online. But hurry, this deal ends soon. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Changing your oil after 3,000 miles?
Kevin Harvick.
If you'd used Mobile One Annual Protection, you wouldn't have to. Protect your engine for 1 year with just 1 oil change.
Don't change your oil. Mobile One Annual Protection.
Kansas, Texas Tech in a Sonic blockbuster. Saturday at 4:15 on ESPN.
Well, Tennessee's out-rebounding them by 4. They're outscoring them 6-0. And Tennessee has helped them out by going 0 for 2 with their last trips down on contested threes. They've been successful getting the ball down low. So after this timeout, Mike White's going to go back to the bench. He's going to be greeted by Seth Greenberg, who'll be there to ask him, like, what's going on so far? We haven't got a point yet.
Well, I'll tell you, it's interesting. I'm going to grab Coach White right here. Coach, besides trying to get a bucket, what are you trying to get done at the end of this coming out of this timeout?
Yeah, when you can't score it, we got to value the ball. We got to drive through physicality. And then we had some miscommunication. Their first 2 layups were on us not even seeing the basketball. I mean, ball you, man, come on. We've got to be more disciplined than that.
Long game, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
You know, here's the interesting thing. And I don't know if I would have thought I would have said this 2 years ago. They missed Devin Robinson. Devin Robinson was the pitcher of inconsistency early in his career.
Yep.
But he really became an elite on-ball defensive player in the final month of the regular season last year and then through the NCAA tournament.
Well, Grant Williams had it, and they doubled him, and no travel there on the ground, and Florida pushing. Tennessee's helped them out here. There's a good pass, and the first 2 points of the game for the Gators.
You need Tennessee, just settle it down. I want Grant Williams to get a touchdown love here.
He just had one.
I know, I want another one, though. You just continue to play through him. As Seth was saying earlier, you know, like, you get him a touch. He doesn't have to shoot the ball for him to impact the game. Here he is getting a touch. Now cut and move off of him.
He drew the foul, and he does not get the basket, but he clearly drew the foul, and it was intended. Now here are the Gators' first 2 points of the game.
Well, see, what happens is Seth Greenberg talks to Mike White, and then all of a sudden the Gators finally score. It's the gift that keeps on giving that is Seth Greenberg.
Starts on the defense, fellas.
Yeah.
You got to stop. You can get out in transition, get something easy, see the ball go in. But how about Grant Williams? He did kind of a guard thing right there. He played right through the defender's arms and actually drew that contact. So Grant Williams, he's a low-post player, but he understands how to create contact. That's why he gets to the line all the time.
Spins off guys really well. He reads bodies, right? I mean, Coach, obviously, when you were a two-time ACC coach,
keep saying it, Fardy. Keep saying it, baby.
You know, I mean, just saying, the facts are the facts. You know, but when you have a presence like Grant Williams that can feel the defense so well and spin off and make those kind of plays, don't you want to make sure he's engaged almost every single possession if he can?
He's got to get touches, but he's got to also work to get touches. Carve out space, catch it with a foot in the lane, flash to the ball hard, hold seals, and that's the challenge that Rick's given him coming into this game.
James Daniel now into the game. He wears 3. Williams got into the air. Stone went to the hole. Pons ended up on the floor. He hit hard. Usually, Pons wins any battle, even with the floor. He is so strong.
I think he needs to keep working out, though. I mean, I don't think his physical fitness level is exactly where they want it to be.
Born in Haiti, grew up in France.
Look, I mean, look, he's chiseled.
He never lifted weights until he got to Tennessee. This is all push-ups.
Okay, I gotta start doing some push-ups, Coach.
Hardy, you gotta get to the gym, big fella. I do a push-up every day.
Yves Pons. 6'5" forward, a freshman, maybe the most athletic player on the team.
He's throwing down dunks and warm-ups that are just ridiculous.
Offensive rebound off that free throw miss. Florida in business. Ballard pulls up, comes up short.
Let's see, Ballard should have passed the ball. He got the defense to step up on the back line. If he dumps it off, it's a layup.
Volunteers have gone 4 minutes without a field goal.
This is a line of Schofield's really got to get a touch in this line.
Instead, it's Fulkerson who threw it up with his left hand, and that wasn't close.
Just seems like the ball's getting stuck. Look for some high ball screens with Choza. They got to move the ball quicker. They got to move the defense quicker.
That's a reach in. They're going to get the foul call. Okoro drove to the hole. They call it on James Daniel. Remind everybody, Saturday, 4:15 Eastern Time. This one might determine the Big 12 regular season title. How about it? Number 8 Kansas takes on number 6 Texas Tech in a Sonic blockbuster. And then number 5 Duke hosts Syracuse at Cameron Indoor. What do Texas Tech and Syracuse have in common tonight?
They both lost.
They both have lost. Both games on ESPN and the ESPN app.
What a beautiful job by Stone that time. He struggled to start the game. A little fake handoff action. Defense leaves him. He just rips through and goes right to the rim.
Stone's versatile. I mean, he shoots 40% from the 3, and he can put the ball in the 4. Some does a great job of running the court.
Daniel, the transfer, the one-time nation's near leading scorer at 27 a game, has become more of an assist guy. He misses the 3 there. They're going to get a foul on the floor, an offensive foul, right in front of Seth Greenberg. That's called on Mike Okoro.
His drive in the lane and the push-off. This call is called so much this year. You get that elbow and that forearm on the chest. It's such an easy call to make.
Tony Green, Carl Hess, Sean Casey are officials tonight.
Seth, you know, we're talking about that. You're going to be down in Lubbock, Texas this weekend, right? You got
yes, I am. And I took the field, so I'll tell you one thing. The Red Raiders, they're going to have to play real hard on Saturday.
Well, the good news was Keenan Evans showed back up tonight. He started. He did not play excessively well last time I looked. And that loss to Oklahoma State. Kansas is up by 1 now in the Big 12 standings. That game has added significance for the Red Raiders.
These have been historically, with 13 straight, either or champions by themselves, the games that Kansas usually wins. Game day will be there.
I'll tell you, Kansas, we were at Kansas last week, and besides being an electric atmosphere and a great comeback win against West Virginia, Devontae Graham, we've talked about Trey Young, we've talked about Jalen Brunson, who I think is absolutely phenomenal. But Devontae Graham is playing himself into the Player of the Year discussion. He's an elite defender. He makes big shots. He's a terrific communicator and a leader, and that team wins games. He's got to be in the conversation.
You know who else I think deserves that, Coach? DeAndre Ayton.
I like it. I like it.
I mean, people, and look, we fell in love with Trae Young, and deservedly so. And they can criticize all they want, but Trae Young was the story of college basketball throughout the course of the season so far.
Right there, Rick Barnes not very happy with that shot. This is exactly what he was talking about in that quote prior to the game. Be who you are. Play to your strengths. Know how you help us win. Trail threes for Grant Williams. That's not who he is. Catch it, rip it, drive it, attack, but don't settle.
And he's made 3 in now 23 attempts from three-point land. But the Play of the Year conversation is an interesting one with the way Young really took off early in the season. Miles Bridges has quietly come back into that conversation the way Michigan State's playing. You could make a case for Jaren Jackson. There's Williams inside. There you go.
That's where he is. That is where he is at his best. It's not a secret. Don't overcomplicate it. Play to your strengths, not your weaknesses. Get down there, carve out space.
You know what Rick Barnes is thinking? You see? I told you.
Drive to the hole, and there were 2 Tennessee defenders there to block it. DeAndre Ballard, that was not a good idea given the defensive stand that Tennessee had. Everybody underneath the basket. Under 12 in a 10-5 game. Owens got a couple of buckets early here.
Sean, to me, it's so evident Florida's inability to guard the basketball, keep the ball out of the lane. Tennessee, when they're patient and move the ball, they can get a piece of the paint every single possession.
And that's not really characteristic of a Mike White team. We're going to get a call on Keith Stone out top.
Well, and you get called out by your head coach. You take a poor shot. He chirps in your ear on the way down. You better be listening, especially if he's Rick Barnes. Get deep post position. Use those big, broad shoulders and strength to finish off the glass. +7 for the Bulls.
I'm very sorry.
And we're gonna get the phone, his phone, out of view.
The important thing is that we're gonna make you better.
Okay, here's how to make butter. Pour 2/3 cup cold heavy cream.
Snickers satisfies.
Introducing the new Infiniti QX80. Infiniti, empower the drive.
Average work pants versus a brood of angry beavers. Duluth fire hose work pants versus a brood of angry beavers. Duluth Trading Fire Hose Work Pants. Tougher than a giant angry beaver's brood. Get a pair. Only at Duluth stores and DuluthTrading.com.
Join T-Mobile today and get an unlimited family plan with Netflix included.
Wow.
Plus, when you buy an iPhone, get an iPhone for your BFF on us.
I like it.
All on America's best unlimited network.
Terrific facility. They play in front of huge crowds, averaging about 15,000, which is among the best in the nation. Rick Barnes has been to places and really improved the basketball programs when he's been there. It started back in 1987. You look at Rick Barnes, you think, wow, he hasn't been around that long. But the truth is, started back in '87. Then he went to Providence and was there and made 3 NCAA tournament appearances. Then he started his orange phase. Clemson from '94 to '98. Texas, of course, and that featured Royal Ivy and, of course, Kevin Durant. And now he has been here in his 3rd season at Tennessee. And there is a consistent theme there, Seth, because it seems like every place he goes, the programs develop. They get better.
Rick Barnes is a terrific teacher. He understands how to build a program. First and foremost, to build a program by not just recruiting, but evaluating, understanding who can play for you. Yes, He's had Kevin Durant, he's had TJ Ford, he's had LaMarcus Aldridge. But you're going to find out later that the guys that helped him build his programs along the way were blue-collar guys that played really hard, that gave his team a foundation. And we'll talk about that later.
Well, let's think about this. This team was expected to be 13th in the conference by media poll members. Which only thing that tells me, Coach, is media members, we're not allowed to vote anymore.
Look out. On one end, the block, and then Jalen Hudson comes down the other end and lays it in.
That's just horrendous defensive transition and communication. And if I was coaching, I would have said it a little differently.
Williams had it, and that's the second consecutive trip. He had the ball down low and
now he's
lost
going to
it.
sit down.
Yep. Watch the block by Hudson.
Well, the block, and then watch the run out. See a lot of white jerseys slowly getting back up the floor, and then nobody spaces out and has any awareness of where Hudson was.
Run back on the ball side and build a wall and forced to skip to the other side of the court. It's plain and simple.
Kulichev, tough shot, knocks down a three.
He is so good at running off screens, and it looks like it's off balance, but he squares his shoulders and he's able to knock it down. He had a great ending stretch at Vanderbilt before he picked up his fourth foul. He hit 3 consecutive threes.
So just like that, a 2-point game, and Grant Williams on the bench for Tennessee. Now it's Schofield that they're trying to post up.
With Grant Williams out, this is a totally different team because you can get up and under these guards a little bit more.
Schofield got wrapped up. They call a jump. They give the possession arrow to Tennessee.
He's scrapping underneath, and fans here, they don't like it. They wanted a foul. But I think good job by Hayes to get his hands on it.
Well, big guys bring that ball down low, and I tell you, little guards like us, we love to take that ball away. Kulichev fires a second three, and he misses it.
Very little value for the basketball right now for either team. Too many turnovers.
Bone fires away. He gets it to go. Jordan Bone, 3 of 4 in the game so far.
Bone's doing a really nice job of getting to a spot and elevating, creating a little bit of separation. And they need that with Grant Williams off the court, but they've got to do a better job of executing the half court, both of these teams.
Bone out of Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to get another push-off. Offensive foul called against Jalen Hudson.
He's stemming out his arm again on the drive.
Interesting to me how Rick Barnes utilizes his bench. He's willing to play guys extended minutes. He's willing to play some different type of lineups. But right now, when Grant Williams comes in the game, look for some type of pin down and post-up action.
Trying to work one-on-one against Kavarius Hayes.
That's a forced shot. That's not a great look because the spacing was pushed off the block. Now, if he catches that where he's got 1 foot in the paint or right there on the block, he's going to be able to finish that. But because he gets pushed off, not a good look.
Feels like, Coach, the next step of this is you're not obligated to shoot just because you get it down there.
No, you catch it on the block, you read the defense, and you attack. But if they scrape down or put pressure,
got to shoot it,
move it.
Got to shoot it with 2 on a shot clock, and it's a bad shot. And then lack of awareness of how much was left on the clock.
Mike White wanted the foul down there on the rebound.
Over the last 2 games, guys, Tennessee has missed their last 10 3-point field goals. High marking jumper, exactly.
I mean, just smooth, comfortable in that possession was Chris Chioza.
This is what Rick Barnes is trying to do. This is a good matchup to attack with Kulichev against Schofield, but he's got to take his time and be a little more patient down there.
Chance for the Gators now to either tie or go ahead. Start of this game down 6-0.
Sean, does it feel like the game just doesn't have any flow to it right now?
No, do you want to talk about something other than the game, Coach?
Bradley could talk about the Yankees. He just spent a couple of days in St. Pete.
Judge, did you see that last night on SportsCenter?
4 on the shot clock. Good dish. And as the buzzer goes off, the basket is made. 14-0. I will tell you this. You put some of those Yankees on the basketball court, and you start with Judge, Sabathia, and Betances, and Stanton, and Ellsbury as your point guard, you'll win a lot of games.
I saw Stanton play basketball in high school out in California. He was sensational. He was all CIF in football, basketball, and obviously pretty darn good in baseball.
It's kind of like your career, Farney, huh?
Exactly, just like it. Carbon copy, coach.
Multi-sport athlete. 14-14, under 7 now to go here in Tennessee. There's a good back cut, looks good. An easy layup for Lamonte Turner. When they move, they get 3 shots.
Well, that's because Florida's just sitting there trailing. There's no rotation, there's no help side.
That's called Tennessee's basic action, where they look to screen and curl all those screens. And terrific cut right there.
Devon Allen, good extra pass, 3-pointer from the corner, no good. We're going to have a foul on the floor, and it's going to go against Tennessee.
Well, Chris Chiozza, the facilitator for Florida, does a nice job setting up his teammates late in the shot clock. Game didn't start pretty for the Gators. Still might not be pretty, but they're only down by 2.
This is food made to sit down for. Slow down for. Put the phone away and use a knife and fork for. And with Panera Catering, it's food worth sharing. Panera, food as it should be.
Vibranium secured.
Well done, my king.
Is my ride ready?
Of course, big brother. But you have to hurry.
Show off.
Experience luxury performance that takes the crown. Presenting the all-new Lexus LS 500. Long live the king.
It's not how you get in there. That's
No, I got it.
no.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
So Little League turned out to be expensive. Then a new couch, courtesy of the new puppy. The gear you wanted, and the gear you didn't. And then the water heater that left you in plenty of hot water. Debt happens. It's how you get out that counts. Pay off credit card debt with a fixed-rate, no-fee personal loan. Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Learn more at marcus.com.
I've seen wonders all around the world, but what I see here never ceases to amaze me. Change. I see it in their eyes. It happens when people connect with nature, with culture, with each other. Day after day, I'm the first to see change, to see people go out and come back new.
Princess Cruises. Sail with the best premium cruise line. 7-day cruises from $5.99.
2.
All right, coming up in the Land Rover Halftime Report alongside Coach Tom Crean, Dallin Cuff, I'm Adnan Brooke. We'll have highlights of Virginia clinching a share of the ACC, plus Texas Tech goes down. Coach, what do you see in this game?
Right now, they got to keep getting the ball to Grant Williams because there's not a matchup for him, and they're not making threes right now. That'll come. Just keep feeding Grant Williams for Tennessee.
Both teams got to take care of the ball. Turnovers been an issue early.
All right, let's go back out to Carl Ravitch, Sean Farnham, and Seth Greenberg. Gentlemen.
And then, give me your update. How did the play-by-play go for you guys? I was watching some of that. How'd you feel about it?
Well, listen, Ravi, you are a true pro, so you know we have to react in the moment. Crean and Cuff carried us away to safety, but it was impromptu, to say the least. Some turbulence was there, Coach.
I'll add this, Carl. On a night we say goodbye to Mike Patrick, we say hello to Adnan.
Yes.
I owe Coach some
Very
money. Thanks,
well done.
Ravi.
The Killer Seas. You got it. It's like a wheelbarrow full of greatness for Adnan. He does the play-by-play. He's got the Canadian women's Olympic hockey team tonight going against the United States. He roots for the Canadians. And
he's a Canadian. Why wouldn't he root for the Canadians?
And I mean, Seth, you and him were all fired up about Virtue and Moyer and their winning the ice dance.
Big time. Big time. But, you know, the Americans got a medal, too, you know.
Bobsled today. Silver.
Got a dance medal, too. Come on now, we pay attention. Let's have some culture.
There's the brother and sister.
Boy, Tennessee boys have gotten really cold here after a pretty good start. Chiozza throws it over his head, and Okoro's three goes over the backboard, not a bounce.
Combined now 1 of 13 from 3. And when you're 1 of 13 from 3, we show you passes. That was a nice pass.
It's a good one. That was a good
the
one.
Shot, not so much, but the pass, yeah.
Well, you heard Tom Crean say keep pounding it into Grant Williams. They can't pound it into Williams, so the question is where's the offense come from? And Daniel there with another turnover.
8 turnovers now for Tennessee. 8.
Tennessee's really slow getting into their offense. They're not backing Florida off at all, and they're not moving the ball quick enough to make the defense move. You can't just walk through your cuts. Make hard cuts, make the defense react to you, and then you can move the defense.
Pretty good crowd tonight, Coach. It's as quiet as can be for this many people.
It's a little wine and cheese for me.
Yeah. I mean, there is no energy in this building whatsoever right now.
Well, you got to make energy. You got to get stops. You got to get out in transition. You got to make plays for each other. I mean, these people want to be engaged. But, you know, you've got to also give them something to cheer about. Your effort on the court, the energy in which you play with, the passion in which you play with. That's what you got to have to get done.
I thought you were a wine and cheese guy.
Nah, not really.
Yeah, this is not a graphic that you're going to be proud of when the teams are 1 of 13 from three-point land and shooting 30%.
14 turnovers in the game, only 13 combined made field goals.
Not a good number. And there's another turnover. And Okoro's going to try to go himself, and he finger rolls it and misses. Boy, how about Chiozza with the offensive rebound? And the Gators have their first lead of the night.
More importantly, how about the defensive transition once again? Chiozza gets back into play. Tennessee doesn't. That's an issue for Rick Barnes.
Gonna get a grab. And the Gators pick up another foul. Kick off your weekend with our star-studded NBA Friday doubleheader at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Karl Anthony Towns, Jimmy Butler, the T-Wolves. They are in Houston. They take on Paul, James Harden, the Rockets. Then Dennis Smith Jr. leads the Mavs against the Lakers. Our coverage starts with NBA Countdown at 7 on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Lonzo Ball expected to be back. First time that he'll play with Isaiah Thomas.
Mark Cuban, $600,000 less in the bank account than there was before the day began, as he got fined for his comments about tanking. Amazing how that's become a thing in sports, and it's not confined to basketball.
The interesting thing about that, Karl, is this draft is so deep that if you have a bad team, you're going to lose games anyway. But if you have a bad team, you're going to get a good player.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're going to get a good front court player.
How deep would you say that goes?
Well, I mean, look, you got Bagley, you got Wendell Carter, you got Jaren Jackson, you got DeAndre Ayton. Right there, you've got 4 bigs that are going to have an impact in the NBA. So, I mean, you know, that's something that you've got to take into consideration. This is what Grant Williams has got to do. He gets to the line, he plays to and through contact, and that's why they've got to play through him.
Well, and you mentioned that, and of course, Michael Porter Jr. expected, as Cuonzo Martin said earlier in the week, to meet with doctors tomorrow. Potentially could get cleared and might even still play this season for the Tigers. They could use it because they've lost their last 2.
So hard to blend a guy so late, but boy, you get a guy like that with that skill set, especially in a tournament like the SEC tournament should be. That'll be a fascinating one. And don't forget, this year the SEC tournament is in St. Louis.
Well, I'll tell you, I saw them practice with Michael Porter. Very different team than what they've become over the course of the season. They have great ball movement right now, but with Porter Jr. earlier this year, it was a lot of stagnant isolation basketball. The ball would sometimes get stuck in his hands, and everybody else would just watch him.
How about that ball movement, Seth? That ball never hit the floor.
And that's transition basketball. Advance pass, skip it, make the extra pass, and Daniels knocks down a big shot after getting taken out a second ago. One thing about Missouri, Sean, they're turning it over at a ridiculous rate, almost 19% of their possessions.
No basket for Allen. Good job avoiding the foul.
This is good right here.
Bone, not good.
But you've got, if you get a clean rebound as a guard, you've got to attack and play ahead of the defense, and that's what Tennessee needs to do so.
Look at how much space they've cleared out. There's not another player on this side of the floor for Chris Chiozza.
Because they have such little depth and size, they've used Chiozza and others in the post often to try to create some offense.
Well, how about a little energy and a little flow to the game? Get out in transition, start pushing the basketball, create tempo opportunities, find a way to finish, or just back in and get fouled.
That's all Mark Jackson right there. Go to work, young fella.
Touch is how we communicate with those we love. But when your psoriasis is bad, does it ever get in the way? Embrace the chance of 100% clear skin with Taltz. Taltz is proven to help people with moderate to severe psoriasis achieve completely clear skin. With Taltz, up to 90% of patients had a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. In fact, 4 out of 10 even achieved completely clear skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Taltz. Before starting, you should be checked for tuberculosis. Taltz may increase risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or have symptoms, or if you've received a vaccine or plan to. Inflammatory bowel disease can happen with Taltz, including worsening of symptoms. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Ready for a chance at 100% clear skin? Ask your doctor about Taltz today and go to Taltz.com to learn how to pay as little as $5 a month.
Mom, you're Sean.
Oh, you bet I am.
The Egg White Grill, so you can bring on the day.
It's your first day on the job. Walk in like you own the place.
And now suit packages including a select suit, dress shirt, tie or pocket square, just $249. Plus all Cole Haan shoes now 30% off.
It's time to like the way you look.
It's time for the rivalry. We all know why, but now we're getting live to see. Two teams trying to fight for the victory, but let's see who goes down in history.
Thunder Warriors, Saturday at 8:30 on ABC, presented by YouTube TV.
Welcome back to Thompson Bowling Arena, where the Vols are up by 4. And Rick Barnes, he's a program builder, and some people think you need to have elite players. You know what you need to have is winning players. And Rick Barnes has been able to recruit what I call warriors, winning players. At Providence, Dickie Simpkins. At Clemson, Greg Buckner. Tough guys that rebound the ball, defend, can play more than one position. And then at Texas, the foundation of his program, Royal Ivy and P.J. Tucker. This is now a Tennessee team that is led by 2 warriors, Admiral Schofield and Grant Williams. Rick Barnes, first and foremost, you win with character, you win with toughness. He's always had that warrior mentality, those type of players to build his program with. He's got 2 terrific young ones right now in Grant Williams and Admiral Schofield.
And aren't you forced sometimes, because of the program you're in, if you're not getting the blue chip recruit out of high school, that you have to build programs like that?
You got to get old and stay home. I mean, really, that's when you're rebuilding a program, you've got to balance your classes. You've got to get old. You've got to have a foundation built on character and toughness, and then add pieces each and every year.
Great interior pass from Williams to Schofield.
Just pins and seals, so strong. I mean, those shoulders, when they get deep and they get underneath and they just carve out a good angle, too, to make that post entry. Coach, we were talking about that at lunch today. There's a lot of players that are really poor at entering the post entry. That was a good entry right there.
What I liked about it is coming out of that break, we went warrior to warrior. We went Grant Williams, warrior number 1, to Schofield, warrior number 2. Thank you, Rick Barnes. Way to pay attention.
Well, you're like 7 feet behind him, so you must have said, go with the warrior.
Yeah, let's go with the warriors right here. A little high-low action. Good ducking right there. Get low, push your man up the lane. Schofield creates an angle, and on the pass, you get low, you throw it off your front foot, away from the defense. Warrior to warrior, post-to-post passing.
On your way out, remind them, the warrior play worked really well tonight. There's another cut. Schofield this time with the pass. Williams tries to get the offensive rebound off the Bowden miss, and he can't. Again, the one-on-one moving here from Chiozza, who bounced it, and the layup is missed. Another cutting DeAndre Ballard effort.
Grant Williams looking at the official, should be looking at his hands.
Kulichov may have skidded. Crowd wanted a travel call. They didn't get it. And now bodies are all over the place. Carl Hess is hearing it from the people over our shoulders. They thought Kulichev skidded into a travel. Take a look at his feet.
Is this ice dancing?
There's definitely a change of pivot foot there.
You know, Carl Hess has gotten it from a lot of people, including myself.
Coach, you were hugging him.
It's my guy. These guys love me now.
It's amazing.
It's
I never
unbelievable.
thought I would ever see that.
When I used to get really irate, then eventually they'd walk over, I'd say, Carl, you know you love me. Great post-to-post pass again. Going in the other way. Terrific job.
Same tandem, just you can see the difference of what block they're more comfortable on, Coach.
Yeah, and again, Schofield getting good and low, throwing it off his front foot, and Grant Williams carving out space and working his man up the lane. That's just really good basketball and going back to something that works.
Florida's last 6 possessions have resulted in no points. And there's a deflected ball. Now 7 possessions, no points.
Well, and here's exactly what Coach was just talking about. We saw it a second ago with Schofield. It's the exact same play, just the opposite block, and you invert the 2 guys that are involved.
Four, 3 on the shot clock. Devon Allen fires one up, and he hit the square, but not square enough. And will stay Tennessee, Florida ball. Rick Barnes can't believe the call.
Now, good news. Watch this. The ball comes off. I think it's the right call.
I do too. I think it was off Schofield's hands. A lot of referees here tonight. A lot of officials. Kulichev, there's a foul. A little act there too, and he'll go to the free throw line. He did not get pushed that hard.
Yeah, that's called selling the foul.
Adnan's halftime report coming up. He will suggest whether Kulichev should have gotten an Oscar for that effort. Missed the free throw. That'll sit well with the Tennessee faithful.
Have you seen Black Panther yet?
Have not, but I know everyone else.
Everybody else in the world has.
We love the Black Panther. Disney loves the Black Panther.
No question.
One of the better free throw shooting teams in the country as you take a look at the numbers of the 3 guys. Kulichev over 90%.
I think if you're Florida, you feel so comfortable right now with the fact that you're 1 for your last 9. You have really struggled here in the first half, and yet you're very much so in this game.
You're looking at an 18-point half.
It's not good.
No, we're not playing Virginia either. Schofield, wow, good block there, and how high did Kavarius Hayes get? And Schofield went off of his right foot instead of his left foot.
A timeout by Rick Barnes to make sure they get the right possession and the right call here. 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Saturday, 4:15 Eastern time, and the Big 12 regular season title on the line. Kansas takes on number 6 Texas Tech. Red Raiders lose tonight. They do get Keenan Evans back, but Texas Tech loses. Kansas up a game now in the Big 12. And then Duke hosting Syracuse at Cameron Indoor. We'll see if Marvin Bagley, who is not playing tonight, if he is going to be back for that one. Both games on ESPN, the ESPN app. If you are out and about, Texas Tech losing to Oklahoma State tonight, 79-71. Syracuse right now, according to Joe Lunardi's bracketology, one of the last 4 in. And again, a loss tonight at home against North Carolina.
Well, and Baylor didn't look good the other night either. I mean, ooh, that was not pretty against West Virginia for the Bears. This is usually, by the way, they like to get a 3-pointer in the corner on this out-of-bounds set.
Schofield, quick turnaround, he gets it to go.
Or pass it right into the block right in front of you and have very little resistance defensively. Schofield, nice job.
Schofield and Grant Williams, the two Warriors, have been outstanding tonight. At least as far as the offensive end goes. Long three, just short, and that'll do it for the half. Season low first half in points for Florida. 18 tonight against Tennessee. Grant Williams goes for 10. Admiral Schofield goes for 6. And we're waiting for Seth Greenberg to get ready with Rick Barnes, the coach, and he has him now.
Barnes, you're able to punch it into the post the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. What are you trying to get done?
Well, at the start of the game, I thought we should have gone in there. We were too emotional in terms of taking a couple threes. I thought got us out of sync, but Grant Williams had the ball, didn't finish it either. But our defense stayed good, and we're going to still go inside. We've got to do that, but those guys have to be ready to make the pass inside out.
What's the key to your defense, Ben?
That we rebounded. You know, we gave away a couple on the free throw line block out, and we just can't give them second shots.
Great, thanks, man.
All right, Seth, thank you very much. Really good news. Everybody at home gets to listen to Adnan, Tom, and Dallin with our Land Rover halftime report. Seth gets to enjoy the Red Panda, his favorite.
Land Rover, above and beyond.
How beautiful when seeds we sow give free their fruit to hands below, as thank you for the chance to grow. Pick your free yogurt at Chobani.com.
I am the greatest. I'm going to become champion of the universe. Me with my beautiful, colorful personality. I'm good looking, clean living, cultured, and I am modest. I am so modest I can admit my own fault. My only fault is I don't realize how great I really am. Because I am great. I am the greatest.
You ever look up at the stars and wonder, how do they pack all that taste into these charbroiled sliders that start for just $1? Magic. Charbroiled sliders starting at just $1, only at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
They were welcomed and saluted, then challenged and tested. Before they were champions, they were the rookies at the Masters.
It's time for the Ultimate Sleep Number event on the only bed that adjusts on both sides to your ideal comfort. Your Sleep Number setting. And snoring? Does your bed do that? Don't miss the final days of the Ultimate Sleep Number event. Save 50% on the Ultimate Limited Edition bed with adjustable comfort on both sides. Ends Sunday. Visit sleepnumber.com for a store near you.
So now you have 2 cars to insure.
But with my driving record, it's going to be tough to find good car insurance, especially at a low cost.
Then you remember the General Insurance. They can insure multiple vehicles with a low monthly payment.
Even if one driver has prior tickets or accidents?
Yep. Just get an anonymous online quote and your problem is solved.
Voila!
Let the General help make your life easier. For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
Welcome to the Land Rover Halftime Report.
It is indeed the Land Rover Halftime Report with Coach Tom Crean, Dallin Cuff, I'm Adnan Burke. Auburn hosting Alabama. Colin Sexton, what a move.
Well, what a lack of help, all right? You've got to rotate it.
Can we slide over to Sean Murray?
Give an example, or give it. You want to do something to let the guy know you're not letting him get there.
There's Chuma Okeke, corner 3.
And they shot it pretty well from the three-point line. That's what Auburn's got to do in the first half. They shot over 35%.
Bryce Brown just 2 of 10 from 3, but here he drills a triple. So Auburn currently has the lead 53-47. As to the game you're currently watching, Tennessee with the lead right now over Florida. Offensively challenged, to say the least, for the Gators at 18 points so far. Here is a night that will celebrate the greatness of Mike Patrick. 36 years as one of the exemplary voices here at ESPN, being honored at Cameron Indoor tonight as Duke Blue Devils are in action over on ESPN. Mike could do it all, and he did it all at the highest level. As for the game, Duke hosting Louisville, Grayson Allen for 3.
Grayson Allen has been on fire. He is playing so efficient. Shots like that, like layups for him.
Here's Delorier, putback slam.
And this is a big key. You've got to get on the offensive glass. Duke, second in the league in ACC play and offensive rebounding percentage. You've got to block out. They did not do that.
Wendell Carter for 3 as well, Coach.
Well, Wendell Carter's had been really playing fantastic in the absence of Marvin Bagley III. Tonight's no different.
Yeah, they're up by 17. Once again, it's at the half. Ty Jerome 3 is Virginia facing Georgia Tech. Brandon Alston misses, gets it back, returns it over. So DeAndre Hunter the other way, loses it, but gets it to Jerome.
Yeah, Jerome's been fantastic, Coach. Speaking of players that have been great, he's been great as of late. 18 points today's game. They defended better, the Cavs did. They just grinded down Tech in the second half.
Mamadi Diakite, tough shot in the paint.
Very tough. But that when they're scoring, and what I like about that last clip, they were ready to offensive rebound it if it wasn't there. That's where they've got to get better.
Virginia wins by 11. This is a wild game. North Carolina, Syracuse. Cam Johnson missing 3, but Kenny Williams offensive board to Joel Berry. UNC's up by 7. But here comes Q's Tyus Battle.
Great shot by Tyus Battle. He's got to continue to improve as a shooter if they want to keep making a jump and get into the tournament.
Under 2 to go. Joel Berry, the finish.
North Carolina really controlled this game. Syracuse, with that press in, though, made it close, but Carolina just too much in the end.
Syracuse right now one of Joe Lunardi's first 4 teams out. DePaul and Villanova. Phil Booth is back, and he drains the triple.
8 points, 8 minutes in the first half. No matter what, Jay Wright will sleep better tonight.
Mikal Bridges, the three-pointer as well.
You always tell guys, don't bring the ball down when you catch and you're going to shoot. That was textbook right there.
In the corner, Bridges, another 3.
They move the ball as good as anybody in the country.
He's got 20 points as Villanova right now has the lead over DePaul. Big 12 upset on the way. As for the game you're watching, Tennessee's up by 9. More on the Land Rover halftime report.
This halftime report is presented by Land Rover, above and beyond.
Land Rover, above and beyond.
Napoleon is duping us. We can't afford this. You're an nincompoop.
Gentlemen, I have just received word. The Louisiana Purchase is complete.
Instant purchase notifications from Capital One, so you won't miss a purchase. Large, small, or very large. Technology this helpful could make history.
What's in your wallet?
What about this guy?
This guy's been through a lot.
Dogs bring out the good in us. Pedigree brings out the good in them. Feed the good.
Flaky fish from Alaska? Sweet buns from Hawaii? Nice going, new states. Welcome to the Union. Arby's, we have the meats.
Hey, Chris, how's the move going? I get it. New house, new truck, but it looks like you can use a breather. Let's roll. I can change it.
You cool? You like it?
I never wanna hear you say that, hey, you guys need help?
No, we're good.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
This halftime report is presented by Land Rover, above and beyond.
Two top 10 teams,
one Big 12 blockbuster. Yeah! Kansas, Texas Tech, Saturday at 4:15 on ESPN.
You are watching the Land Rover Halftime Report with Coach Tom Crean, Dallin Cuff. I'm Adnan Burt, just sorting through all papers in our busy night here in the college basketball world.
I'm a stacks.
You guys take care of all those notes here. All right. Well, Texas Tech, great game coming up on Saturday. Speaking of, they're facing Oklahoma State. Second half, Jeffrey Carroll finding Lindy Waters for three.
They move the ball so well. They're fearless because they've been able to go on the road, and that confidence just grows. They come back and they just turn the defense up.
Kendall Smith the other way, no look pass to Carroll for three.
At Texas Tech, they're known to take care of the ball, defend well. They didn't really do either one of those things today, and Oklahoma State exploited them.
Carroll give and go with Cameron McGriff, and Carroll throws it down.
Just a great cut. They took advantage of the defense. The denial, they were good, but they did not react. And you talk about sprinting, all right? Running the floor, good grief.
Well, Texas Tech loss means Kansas will clinch at least a share of its 14th straight regular season conference title. Of course, big game on Saturday. Xavier on the road facing Georgetown. Quentin Gooden coast to coast.
Quentin Gooden is the key to this team. You know what you're going to get with Trayvon Blewett. You know what you're going to get with J.P. McCura. When Quentin Gooden is on, they are really, really hard to deal with.
Gooden open three, and here's Najee Marshall for three.
Nice again, kicking out, just working the ball on Georgetown in the end. They played well for about 30 minutes. They just didn't have enough in the tank to really challenge the Musketeers.
Marshall had 21 points in this one. Seton Hall facing Providence. Check out the highlights of this one as Providence, on the bubble, and then play ends up getting suspended because of condensation here.
And that first one, Desi Rodriguez went down hard right there, and you saw it didn't look good for his knee. That is a big miss if he's out time.
And so, another bizarre situation, but ultimately safety first, right, Coach?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, those are lawsuits waiting to happen.
75 degrees here in the Northeast. That's part of the problem.
You've got to let that one ride a little bit.
So 56-47, his play indeed was suspended. Clemson, Virginia Tech. Tyree Jackson knocks down the three. Tech was up by 4.
Tech is so good at home. They've, again, another team that's been able to go on the road and get wins. And the way Justin Robinson moves that ball, it energizes everybody on the team.
Devin Wilson hits the three. Virginia Tech goes up 6. Later in the second, Justin Bibbs from the corner.
Yeah, Clemson playing without Devontae Grantham. They've learned how to do that, but Sheldon Mitchell not in this game either. They really struggled, the Tigers did, to overcome his loss. In the end, a huge win for Buzz Williams and crew.
Yeah, Virginia Tech upset. 65-58 was the final. And how about Georgia and South Carolina? Second half, Chris Silva in the low post.
You can't guard him one-on-one, and people have to figure that out. He's strong, he's quick, and he can drive around you.
Later on, it's Wesley Myers using the screen.
South Carolina didn't shoot it well, 31%, but they didn't turn it over. They had 16 offensive boards. They had 13 more shot attempts than the Bulldogs.
And Myers drilling another three as South Carolina wins at 66-57. You're watching the Land Rover Halftime Report.
So from the two trucks over here, I want you to pick a new truck for your mom or dad, knowing that they could possibly pass it down to you one day.
Cool.
But before you decide, you should know that Chevy Silverados are the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickups on the road, which means that Ford F-150s are not. Which truck would you pick?
The Chevy. The Chevy? The Chevy.
There you go. Boom.
That was obvious. Plus it looks cooler.
No doubt about it. Now they know what to get me.
It's time for the Ultimate Sleep Number event on the only bed that adjusts on both sides to your ideal comfort. Your Sleep Number setting. And snoring? Does your bed do that? Don't miss the final days of the Ultimate Sleep Number event. Our Queen C2 mattress with adjustable comfort on both sides is only $699. Save $200. Ends Sunday. Visit sleepnumber.com for a store near you.
Yes, the Southeastern Conference has skylines and coastlines, but there's a smile you won't find on any map. We reach out far and wide. The spirit, you can't possibly confine it. And the pride, well, good luck trying to define it. The SEC is really a state of mind. Here, there are no boundaries. It's true. It just means more.
Tired of lugging around big bags of pet food and litter? Get it delivered. Chewy.com delivers everything your pets need right to your door. They ship all your favorite brands of dog food, cat food, litter, toys, and treats, all at amazing prices. Plus, you get fast, free shipping. With Chewy.com, you don't have to break a sweat or the bank.
Save 20% on your first order and get fast free shipping. Shop online at Chewy.com.
I was on heroin.
I used crack cocaine. We are the Addiction Network. And if you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, you need to call the number on your screen now. Addiction is a disease, and you can't go it alone. The call is free, and so is the consultation. So why haven't you called? What are you waiting for? Call the Addiction Network now. Get the help you need.
Call 800-816-7930.
You're watching the SEC on ESPN. We are in Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee. Growing, not as quickly as Nashville, but certainly growing. And growing in popularity across the country. In our game 27-18, the halftime performer, the Red Panda, outstanding. Full disclosure, Farnham on the floor, cell phone taking pictures, and look at Uncle Seth in the background. One of the great Red Panda supporters. She's back. She's back, and she nailed it all. Josh Richardson, the former great volunteer player now of the Miami Heat, he was helping her with the plates. He was going crazy at the Red Panda success, and also it was as loud as this building has been tonight, understandably.
Yeah, and don't confuse the first half as being great defense as much as it was some really poor offense for both teams. We have the same amount of turnovers in the first half as we have made field goals. That's never a recipe of success, and a lot of those turnovers were unforced. However, Grant Williams got challenged by his head coach. He answered the call in the first half. Carved out space underneath, able to utilize his base and his strong shoulders to finish 3 of 6. He's the only Tennessee Volunteer, by the way, to attempt a free throw in the first half. He goes 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 10 points.
The number of turnovers and made field goals, for those wondering, 18, Seth.
Look, Tennessee did what they wanted to do. They established the low post game, especially in the last 4 minutes of the half. And then the other thing you got to do when you play against Florida, you got to run them off the three-point line. Florida 1 for 10 from the three-point line. Why? Because they only got 1 field goal from their interior offense.
Gators come out of the gate, throw up a 3. Chiosa picks up the offensive rebound off the stone miss. I wonder about getting Kayvon Allen involved. He took 2 shots in the first half.
He's just got to get more engaged. And this has been the story of Kayvon Allen all season long. You know, he had 35 against Wisconsin in the NCAA tournament. I think everybody thought that Kayvon Allen was going to come back and have a great year, a first-team all-conference caliber player. But he has really struggled, and in particular on the road. He is just 5 of 30 from 3 in SEC play on the road this year. That's 17%.
29 seconds into the second half, Grant Williams goes to the bench with his 3rd foul.
So the best offensive weapon in a game that's struggling to find offense is sitting on the bench?
Fact.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's what you want to do with Florida. You're going to want to make him defend. But I'd like to see Kayvon Allen drive the ball, attack the basket. He's an elite athlete who can get to the rim and can finish.
How about Chiosa launching at the shot clock buzzer, and he gets it to go. Big 3 to start the second half for Chris Chiosa. Owen had a very good first half, but he's off with that one. Now Allen the push and the kick to Kulichov. Free throw line drive, and missed.
Couple offensive rebounds here early.
All Allen wide open 3. In and out. More offensive work. Kulichov no good. And no foul, and Fulkerson, who came in for Williams, picks it up.
Seth, I like the 3-point shot there by Kayvon Allen, but it goes back to what you were just saying. There was nobody on that side of the floor. He could have drove that ball in and got an easy layup.
He's an elite athlete. He can put it on the floor. He can play to contact. And when you're struggling, you want to see the ball go in. So either rack it or get to the free throw line. And Chris Chiosa, with the shot clock running down, he has tremendous awareness. He's a guy that understands time and score. He also has his feel for, right, the plays to make. He's made big plays, made the big play against Missouri earlier in the season. That's a big bucket just to give him a little bit of momentum.
Of course, the buzzer beater in the Sweet 16 against Wisconsin.
Look at the pace of this offense right now.
Yeah, with 8 seconds on the shot clock, Seth.
Slow getting into offense, cuts aren't with a purpose, and that's an empty possession.
Schofield, though, knocks it back to Bowen, and they'll get a fresh 30 on the shot clock.
This is very un-Tennessee-like. just how stagnant and slow developing this offense is.
They're usually a very good curling, cutting team.
Second time Fulkerson has tried that little left-handed jump hook, and he missed it. And the pass to Stone, tough to handle, and good job just to keep it alive.
I mean, there's going to be such a limited number of possessions in this second half if this is the pace of play that we're going to see.
That first shot initially was almost underneath the rim. Tavarius Hayes picked up his own miss and got it to go.
Well, Hayes was just trying to throw it up there because of the shot clock was winding down and ended up getting an offensive rebound and a putback.
Florida scores early here in the second half, and the lead is only 4. It's 27-23.
Join T-Mobile today and get an unlimited family plan with Netflix included.
Wow.
Plus, when you buy an iPhone, get an iPhone for your BFF on us.
I like it.
All on America's best unlimited network.
Vibranium secured.
Well done, my king.
Is my ride ready?
Of course, big brother. But you have to hurry.
Step into the spotlight.
Show off.
Experience luxury performance that takes the crown. Presenting the all-new Lexus LS 500. Long live the king.
Poisson riba, mulgogi fisk. All countries have a word for fish. Universal, you can't argue. A fish for me, a fish for you. $5 for 2 sandwiches.
Arby's, we have the meats.
Where are we taking him?
I have no clue. We're just TV doctors.
If this was a real emergency, I'd be freaking out.
We are the TV doctors of America.
Together with Cigna, reminding you
to go, know, and take control of your health.
Schedule your annual checkup today.
Can y'all feel that?
Our soccer is our stage, where our voice is loud in every language. Our city represents our squad. Our hustle has no equal. You see it? The sound, the fury, can't stop, won't stop, our soccer.
Well, the football game is broken out here, 27-23. Tennessee leading Florida, second half, 17 to go. Football game last September was a terrific one. Gators Felipe Franks here, buying time and launching one, 63 yards. Tyree Cleveland gets behind the secondary and reels it in. Florida won it on that Hail Mary, 26-20. McElwain and Butch Jones were on the sideline.
Get off the field, though. Don't lay down, because then you got the dog pile. And, like, if I'm at the bottom of that...
That's not a good thing.
No! That's a horrible thing. You don't want to be there.
If you're claustrophobic and you're on the bottom of a dog pile, and it's not only a dog pile, it's football players in pads, end of game.
Stinky.
Suffocating.
Helmets.
There are helmets involved.
Phil Booth, by the way, came back tonight for Villanova. He has 12 points so far as the number 3 Villanova Wildcats are up 78-54 on DePaul right now.
How's Brunson doing? Player of the year guy.
4 of 6, 9 points, 5 assists.
A little fundamental. Just does what he needs to do to help him win.
His efficiency, coach, is
crazy.
Off the charts.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. That team's offensive efficiency is tremendous. If they continue to improve defensively, we're going to see him in San Antonio.
Look at Auburn, 77-62 at home over Alabama. They suffered what feels like a devastating injury.
And how about they're playing without Mustafa Heron tonight, too? Harper has 19 against his former high school teammate, Colin Sexton.
Anthony McLemore lost for the season with a broken left ankle. There's Hudson's three, no good.
He has absolutely disappeared. Right? You would think eventually he's going to get it going, Hudson. He's not in any rhythm. He's not shooting the ball with any type of confidence. He's not stepping into good shots. They need him. Look, they need him to make shots and be aggressive, well, especially in a game like this.
Coach, it's kind of the same thing as Kayvon Allen, right? I mean, you're not seeing the ball go through the hoop from beyond the arc. You got to drive. You got to get some momentum and get some confidence to your game by attacking the paint.
Back-to-back threes. Lamonte Turner buried that. The lead is 10.
And that's one of the hard things. When you're running ball screen continuity offense, basically, you've got to have someone go make a play for someone. Right now, I think that Jalen Hudson, whomever, you got to run some plays to get them the basketball.
Jalen Hudson, who fell down the last time he took a three and didn't get a foul, did this time, and he'll shoot three when we come back.
Kansas, Texas Tech in a Sonic blockbuster, Saturday at 4:15 on ESPN.
You're acting so funny. What's wrong, Billy?
My doctor says I have Skittles pox.
Are they contagious?
I don't think so.
Contract the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
My name's Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
Hey.
Grab a seat. Okay. Nice to meet you. Have you ever had car trouble in a place like this?
Yes, and it was like the worst experience of my life.
7 lanes of traffic, and I was in the second lane.
When I get into my car, I want to know it's going to get me from point A to point B.
Well, then I have some good news. Chevy's the only brand to receive J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs 2 years in a row.
I definitely feel like I'm in a dependable vehicle right now.
I want a Chevy now.
I know.
Quarter-pound junior double cheeseburger with crispy golden tots for just $2.99. Makes me kind of want to do a double take. Double the beef. Double the cheese. Double the smiles. Oh, yeah.
For a limited time, get a quarter-pound junior double cheeseburger and tots for just $2.99. This is how you Sonic.
DirecTV gives you more for your thing. Your top-rated thing. That 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, 12 out of 10 would recommend thing. Because if you only want the best thing, you get the #1 thing. DirecTV is rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable. Switch now and get a $200 reward card. More for your thing. That's our thing.
Drink, sir? No, thanks. I'm still driving.
Two top 10 teams. One Big 12 blockbuster. Kansas, Texas Tech, Saturday at 4:15 on ESPN.
Big 12 title on the line there. Texas Tech a loser tonight. Take a look at the Big 12 scoring leaders and what they all have in common. They're all point guards. Young, Evans, Graham, Carter, and Manu Lecomte. Evans comes back tonight. Texas Tech loses, but the big story is he comes back tonight.
Well, and you look at that Kansas team, and it's a team that's dominated by its perimeter lineup. Azubuike, though, has done a nice job underneath. He's the only guy really they have.
He's been terrific offensively with his field goal percentage. And Devontae Graham, as College Game Day will be there, seems to have moved himself back into that Player of the Year conversation.
Devontae Graham is not only an elite point guard, he's an elite player. He's a lockdown defender. He's got terrific leadership skills. He takes and makes big shots. He can get in the lane and make plays for others. He has to be in the conversation. And when you talk about Udoka Azubuike, you're talking about a guy, if he catches it on that left block, he can get to the middle and shoot that rolling hook. If he stays out of foul trouble, different team, because they surround him with jump shooters. A terrific passing team, this Kansas team.
Jalen Hudson, who's only a 67% free throw shooter, made all 3.
Coach, a win this week, it essentially locks up number 14 consecutive inside the Big 12. I mean, put that into perspective from a head coach's perspective. Like, to be able to be that dominant in that good of a basketball conference for Bill Self.
Yeah, I think, but this is a down year, supposedly, for Kansas in a deep, talented Big 12 conference, and they're still going to win it. That's incredible. What Bill's been able to do is you know, Bills, and I don't want to say evolve because that's the wrong way, but like what makes him a great coach is he fits his system to his personnel. Doesn't have the two bigs, plays the four guards, great dribble handoffs, great pace to their offense.
Adapts. We call that adapts.
Yeah, and develops players.
There's the run out and an easy one on the other end for Kavarius.
Defensive transition, Seth, you brought up in the first half. I mean, it seems like both these teams are kind of just going through the motion tonight so far. Tennessee had no sense of urgency to get back in that last possession.
Look, your defensive transition's connected to your offense, and if you don't run good offense, then you know what? You're not going to have good floor balance. If you have dribble penetration and you don't cover the backcourt, you're going to give up some runouts, and both of these teams have struggled offensively, so you're going to have some runouts. And, you know, I think these kids are trying to play hard. These are the dog days right now. These games are important, but it's February. Guys are tired of, you know, each other. They're tired of their coaches. The coaches are tired of the officials. This is a tough next week or so, but
what
these games are important.
Seth. You get a huge bump here. You get that double bye in that tournament.
Oh, huge. Like, days off are as important as practicing right now. Film is as important as practicing right now. Recovery days and hot and cold baths and compression boots are as important as practicing right now. You've got to keep your team mentally and physically fresh.
This one has not been a sharp one. Darrington got caught up in the air with nowhere to go, and he threw it right to the Gators. And now Chiosa's working on him. Skip pass to Kulich off three, and that's no good. He's been way off tonight. Harder to make baskets, Farney, when you're not in any rhythm?
Well, yeah. I mean, the quality of shot, the spacing, as Coach was talking about, the rhythm to the game. Where's the flow to this contest?
How many guys on the court right now from either team can go and get a shot on their own?
Schofield, that one blocked. Yeah. Crowd looking for a foul, but Keith Stone got a hand on it.
This guy can.
And he should.
Look out. And you heard the slap on the arm of Keith Stone, the foul on Lamonte Turner.
The Florida Gators this season have some really good wins in Gonzaga, Cincinnati, and at Kentucky. But they also have some of those losses that were head scratchers. Loyola Chicago, at home, they lost that game. They lost at Ole Miss. They lost at Vandy in a game that really they controlled. They lost to Georgia in a game that they controlled late in that contest.
Did Georgia win tonight?
No. They lost to South Carolina.
South Carolina is a hard team to play against. You talk about the depth of the SEC. I mean, when you play a Frank Martin team, if you don't compete, they're going to run you out of your offense. You got to compete offensively, you got to compete defensively, and you surely got to compete on the glass. And that's why they've been able to upset some people.
Coach, call me crazy. The team I don't want to play right now if I'm in the SEC is Mississippi State.
I don't call you crazy. They got very good guard play. The Witherspoons are terrific. Lamar Peters is playing at a high level. Abdul Adu is an interesting front court player with Holman. And they're getting it now. They're playing connected. They're defending. They're extremely athletic. Ben's done a terrific job.
Yeah, Chiosa, by the way, making everything happen on this last play for Florida. Now makes it just a 2-point game with Stone going to the free throw line. But again, catch the ball on the open floor. Patience and poise, looks to attack and then facilitate for your teammate. Nice job dropping that one off.
Another turnover led to that run out.
I was talking to some coaches in the SEC, and they said that Mississippi State's ability to defend right now, they could be the best defensive team in the conference.
That's Ben Howland basketball.
Yeah.
Right now, I think Rick Barr needs to bring Grant Williams back in the game.
He left with 29 seconds expired in the second half with his third foul.
I think you've got to trust him right now. You've got to put him back in the game. You've got to give yourself another low post player that can score.
It seems like there's been a lot of touch fouls in this game too. I mean, to sort of contribute to the lack of flow, there's been a lot of cuts through the lane or defenders, and they've been calling them all year, but they're touch fouls. And Schofield touches the rim with a slam dunk off the inbounds play.
I mean, that's a straight line cut right to the opposite side. Hudson, no awareness defensively on the out of bounds underneath. He got himself out of position.
This crowd, a big basketball crowd, really looking for something to cheer for.
This is a good basketball job, Randy.
4 on the shot clock. Kulichev throws it up, and it nearly went in, and then was tipped in.
That was tipped in by Alexander, though.
I think it was.
That's an own goal. So we had a header and an own goal so far tonight.
Doesn't that feel kind of appropriate for this one?
Yes, it does.
The header led it all off. There was a pass that went literally off the head of Keith Stone, if you weren't with us earlier. Turner, nope. Probably better off going with his left hand and not worrying about having it blocked. We're going to get a travel underneath on Florida.
Special situations, you need to be able to execute, and those out of bounds underneath is a great opportunity to get some easy points. You cut hard, you cut with purpose, and you finish equally with that same kind of purpose. 1 point lead, Tennessee.
I no longer live with the uncertainties of Hep C, wondering, what if? I let go of all those feelings because I am cured with Harvoni.
Harvoni is a revolutionary treatment for the most common type of chronic hepatitis C. It's been prescribed to more than 250,000 people and is proven to cure up to 99% of patients who've had no prior treatment, with 12 weeks. Certain patients can be cured with just 8 weeks of Harvoni. Before starting Harvoni, your doctor will test to see if you've ever had hepatitis B, which may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after Harvoni treatment. Tell your doctor if you've ever had hepatitis B, a liver transplant, other liver or kidney problems, HIV, or any other medical conditions, and about all the medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Harvoni can cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects of Harvoni include tiredness, headache, and weakness.
Ready to let go of Hep C?
Ask your Hep C specialist about Harvoni.
Vibranium secured.
Well done, my king.
Is my ride ready?
Of course, big brother. But you have to hurry. Step into the spotlight. Show off.
Experience luxury performance that takes the crown. Presenting the all-new Lexus LS 500. Long live the king.
Get half off exactly what you want with Pizza Hut's 50% off pizza deal. That's 50% off your favorites like hand-tossed pepperoni, meat lovers, or even Original Fan Supreme. That's right, get 50% off any menu price pizzas when you order online. But hurry, this deal ends soon. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
It's too orange, but in a good way.
Totally too orange in a good way.
Don't settle. Shop eBay for the look you want from all the best brands. eBay.
1 point game here, and now it's time to see how Alabama's Colin Sexton is putting in an elite effort to win college basketball's highest individual honor in our Wendy's Wooden Watch.
I'm Colin Sexton from the University of Alabama, point guard. I'm a good candidate because I'm very passionate about the game, and you can see in the way I play and how much fun I have when I'm out there. Because I feel like when I'm having fun, that's when I'm at my best.
Well, Colin Sexton may not be having a lot of fun tonight, as right now the Wendy's Wooden Watch candidate, his team is getting blown out by Auburn 88-68, 20-point lead. Sexton tonight has got 25 points, but his team is down by 20. How about Auburn? Despite the injuries, just continue to play so tough atop this SEC conference.
Coming out of timeout, you put Grant Williams back in the game, and you post him up, and you find him easy, too.
I'm happy Barnes is paying attention.
Coach, do you get a coach's salary? I mean, you're sitting close enough where he can hear you.
When he's not out walking Jake the Wonder Dog and being a dog whisperer, Seth's second profession, coach whisperer.
The Instagram videos are can't miss.
Jake, high basketball IQ.
Do you think Jake is watching right now?
Just follow Jake on Hoops. A lot of knowledge there.
I think Jake's watching and breaking down this game and your performance tonight, Coach.
If Jake was watching and breaking this game down, Jake's shutting it down for a little bit.
He says not impressed.
Kulicha, Florida tries to grab the lead again. One more pass, and they get it to Allen, and he kicks it again.
Basketball.
Everything about it good until the shot was missed in frustration for DeAndre Ballard.
I'll tell you what's happening right now, though. You're seeing Florida attack the offensive glass. And Tennessee's not really cutting people out off the glass. They're not physical in their blockouts. And they're giving up second chance opportunities. Eventually, that's going to get them beat. So they've got to be efficient offensively. Look for them to go back into Grant Williams. But on the other end, they've got to finish some possessions.
Well, and think about this. I mean, we just talked about the score of that Auburn game. Auburn wins tonight. If Florida wins this game, 1 point contest right now, but if Florida wins this game, it clinches at least a share of the SEC title for Bruce Pearl and Auburn. And that's the significance of this game. We talked about it at the Open.
One game closer to the pearly gates.
To the rack with a big slot goes Jordan Bowden. They've got the two loudest dunks tonight, but they're only up by 3.
And finally, the energy's in the building a little buzz factor.
Hudson has it down low and can't get it to go. Williams grabs the board.
Well, and Hudson tries to avoid contact instead of just getting the contact and going to the free throw line.
Bone. There's Williams, and you can see he had an open 3, Sappy.
And that was a good decision. Make the next pass, get down to the block, and be a three-point player from the block.
And set up Admiral Schofield with a jump hook.
And that's what Rick Barnes is looking for. Don't settle for that jumper. Get a reverse, get a post up, get it in the paint. All of a sudden, this crowd's involved in the game.
9-minute mark, and Kayvon Allen looks at Mike White, who says, let's get a timeout.
Well, what I love is maybe for the first time all season, not all night, rather, excuse me, is that you've seen Tennessee score in multiple possessions. Starts in transition, open flow. As he sees the lane, the defense takes a poor angle, really doesn't even want to contest in that moment as Bowden's able to finish. And then Schofield on the block, once again where he wants to be, turning over that left shoulder, being able to finish with his right.
Isn't it amazing the difference in this game when they bring Grant Williams and Schofield in together? Remember, coming out of that timeout, Rick Barnes brought Williams back. The game gets easier for everyone.
Yeah, and Florida doesn't really have an answer for those guys. And the other thing, on the offensive side, Kayvon Allen has taken 3 shots all night long. There's the conference standings up today with an Auburn victory, so they move to 12-3.
Well, he's taken 3 shots and he hasn't even made one. I mean, it's tough to go on the road and win in the SEC, right? Really in college basketball, but in the SEC in particular this season. But if your first team all-conference caliber guard, A, can't find a shot, and B, can't make one when he does find one, your margin of error starts decreasing that much more.
Mike White is really good out of timeouts. Watch for some type of either quick handoff and flare or some type of ball screen. He's really, really good out of timeouts. Backdoor.
Good defense, though, by Tennessee. They were ready for it, Coach.
6 on the shot clock for Chiosa. He had a layup, and he couldn't get the left-hander to go.
Good rebound by Williams in traffic.
Last couple of defensive rebounds have ended up in the hands of Williams. No point tonight as Tennessee actually made 3 field goals in a row. They got a chance to do that right here. And Schofield, what a shot from Admiral Schofield.
When you have that kind of upper body strength, you can absorb contact and still be able to extend out and put touch on the shot. Schofield gets bumped underneath, and you see him, his arms, his shoulders, his upper body strength.
This is what Rick Barnes wanted. He wanted to play through the post. Bradley, we heard it in shoot around today. we're going to win this game in the paint. And they've taken advantage of that, but it's so much easier to take advantage of it when you have Grant and Williams and Schofield in the game at the same time.
And we got out-rebounded, and right now the rebounding is exactly the same. Each team with 31.
Well, Florida hasn't scored though in 3 minutes.
This is a team that was explosive offensively in the month of November.
Well, and when their three-point shot, though, isn't falling, Coach, because of the lack of anybody that can post up and you can play through, whether it's just catching and cutting off of them, Florida really becomes stagnant. And right now they're stagnant.
Nice slip.
And a little left-hand jump shot from Quavarius Hayes. First field goal since the 11:05 mark. Admiral's dad was a military guy, thus the first name Admiral.
That's some curls here.
Better movement in this possession by Tennessee over the last couple minutes. Amazing when the little energies in the building.
Schofield, that's too strong. Kulichev launches a three, and that's good.
That's just bad recognition in defensive transition, lack of communication, you stop the basketball, but you've got to get matched up. There was no one within 5 feet of Kulichev. That's just poor defensive transition and poor communication.
Foul on the floor on Kayvon Allen. It is a little different feel. Williams goes to the bench. Looks like he'll check back in when we come back. Ball's up 44-41 with 7:03 to go.
I am very sorry.
And we're going to get the phone, his phone, out of you.
The important thing is that we're going to make you better.
Okay, here's how to make butter. Pour 2/3 cup cold heavy cream.
Snickers satisfies.
Thanks for coming. Congratulations. My first customer.
The Egg White Grill, so you can bring on the day.
What time is it?
Saturday.
Prime time.
It's time for the rivalry. We all know why, but now we're getting live to see.
Hey, it's going down, baby. The boys from the Bay are playing OKC.
Russ, Melo, and PG. Clay, Curry, and KD.
Steven Addison, Draymond, Anchor, and the D.
Two teams trying to fight for the victory, but let's see who goes down in history.
Prime time, baby, it's prime time.
Thunder Warriors, Saturday at 8:30 on ABC. Presented by YouTube TV.
I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse.
You should have come prepared, Sir Glenn.
You saw how long my to-do scroll was.
Didn't stop the rest of us.
No excuses. Snap into bold flavored protein. Snap into a Slim Jim.
HGTV's Hometown makes big dreams come true.
We're ready to find the perfect house for y'all.
A lot of love went into this.
It's functional, it's beautiful, and it's home. I'm Erin.
And I'm Ben. And this is our hometown.
It's all about celebrating the place where you feel most at home.
All new Hometown, Monday night at 9, only on HGTV.
I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse.
You should have come prepared, Sir Glenn.
You saw how long my to-do scroll was.
Didn't stop the rest of us.
No excuses. Snap into bold flavored protein. Snap into a Slim Jim.
SportsCenter at night follows Louisville Duke on ESPN. Linda Cone, John Anderson have the call. The former Blue Devil Kyrie Irving. He's going to talk with Rachel Nichols about what the Celtics have to do to get the 1 seed in the East, but what is keeping Kawhi Leonard from returning to the Spurs lineup. That was made public today by Greg Popovich. Mel Kiper Jr.'s mock draft 2-0, and why has Josh Rosen dropped out of the top 10? SportsCenter at night follows Duke and Louisville.
I don't get Josh Rosen falling to 11, where Mel Kiper has him at going to the Dolphins right now.
Yep.
I mean, you talk about a kid that really can make every throw that you can need as a quarterback.
Maybe the best quarterback coming out.
He's got the most confidence.
Yep.
I mean, besides Baker Mayfield.
What about decision-making, though, Farney?
You know, it's tough to judge him, Coach. He had 3 different offensive coordinators in 3 years at UCLA. Jim Mora did not help him out a whole heck of a lot down there.
Risk-reward passers, is that concerning?
No.
Just check this guy. How about me talking the NFL draft?
When you throw risk-reward passers out there, that's deep.
Same thing with Sam Darnold.
Look at Grant Williams come back in out of that timeout.
Well, he gets deep, and that's why he scores. Get good deep position, able to finish up over the top.
There's been no answer for Williams or Schofield tonight on the inside. We talked about that at the top of the telecast, how challenged Florida is defensively on the interior. Stone got him in the air, and he got fouled hard by Kyle Alexander.
The amazing thing, you look at this game, it's a 5-point game. And we were talking about this, Ravi, during the break. There's not one single player on Florida's roster that's in double digits. Kayvon Allen has yet to score in playing 27 minutes in this game. He's 0 for 3. And yet they're still in the game.
Yes, they are.
They're shooting 31% from the floor, and they've got 10 turnovers.
Darius Hayes, the leading scorer with 9. They're 31% from the field. 15 of 47.
And how about the three-point line? One of the best three-point shooting teams in the non-conference, shooting 17%.
This ball's going to have to get into the post right here. Either Schofield, actually, no, Schofield's not in, or Grant Williams. He cannot settle there. That's nice.
2 back-to-back strong moves from Grant Williams.
He just rolls off so easily. They create space, get him in an area where he's comfortable.
He's got 16 tonight. Chiosa had a man. That ball was deflected by Bowen. It's going to be Gator ball.
But that's what Rick Barnes was talking about right there. Like, you can catch the ball in that high post, especially the elbow area. Yeah, you can shoot that shot, but you don't have to settle to shoot that shot. You can stay low, be on balance, attack the paint, get yourself back on balance, use your size and your strength. And I would be shocked if they're not going to play one more time right through Grant Williams. Watch him look to seal. Watch number 2 set this down screen and post.
And we're not going to get there.
I'm going to get a foul on Kulichov. He talks back a little bit to Carl Hess.
Neither a good thing, I can tell you from experience.
I also tell you this, and Coach, a great way to make sure you get the position you want as a post player offensively is by setting screens, right?
Sure, of course.
Because you go,
screener's always open.
You're going to get deep enough where you can set that screen, and when you set that screen and they're curling off, that curl-off action that Rick Barnes loves to do, as you duck in, you're already exactly where you want to be on the catch.
Yeah, what you mean by ducking, so as that offensive player comes off that screen, all right, if that offensive player coming off the screen curls over the top, he's basically brush blocking the defender guarding the screener, which gives that big a chance to just seal in and create an angle. And Tennessee does a really good job of that.
Williams and Schofield have 32 of the 49 points. So Kulichov, the three-point shooter, goes to the bench. We got 5:39 to go in an 8-point game. And now it feels the way Florida has been unable to score. Every trip down is an important one to get points.
Jalen Hudson's got to get going on here.
Stone, long 3, in and out. Keith Stone, a 43% three-point field goal shooter.
We talk about Allen, Sean. I mean, think about what Hudson's inability to make plays and score.
Great pass.
That's the same action they just went to on the previous possession.
Bowden from Admiral Schofield, and the lead grows to 10. And the crowd, here at Thompson Bowling, rises to its feet. Where are the points going to come from for the Gators? Hudson, long 3. It's good. And he had Williams in his face.
He's a guy that can take over a game. He can create a shot. He gets it off quick, creates a little bit of separation. He's got to be aggressive. He and Chiosa are 2 guys that can get this offense going, but they've got to make plays.
There's the duck in.
Schofield lost it, retains it. Now 10 on the shot clock.
And he missed Grant Williams.
That's goaltending. It hit the backboard, and they're going to call the goaltend.
You know what I like about Rick Barnes is he keeps it simple. You know, I mean, 3 straight possessions, by the way. They've ran the exact same play with Williams down on this left block and then Bowden rolling, cutting off of him. Instead of hitting Bowden, they waited, cleared out space. Schofield had the dump down, chose not to do it. Then they elevate up the opposite block, which is Williams.
That's an old Gary Williams set right there. And Rick Barnes worked for Gary Williams. And it's a quick little hard flex cut over the top and create an angle.
Stone launches again. That one's good. So a couple of threes, keeping Florida within range.
Stone, a 40% three-point shooter. It's great that he can knock down that three, but he's also a guy who will be able to lift people, drive it, and also finish around the basket.
There's nobody on Tennessee that can stop Chiosa when he gets his mind to going by you. Nobody.
It's a collective responsibility, Ravi.
Williams uses that muscle and he throws it up but doesn't get it to go.
Is there anyone that can stop that guy? That's the question.
Not right now. He's been terrific. Williams and Schofield show. He's got 18. He goes to the line when we come back. 54-48.
Now watch this three-pointer. 1. Chocolate milk has nutrients to refuel. 2. Natural protein to rebuild. 3. It's backed by science. I'm Klay Thompson, and I'm built with chocolate milk.
It's your first day on the job. Walk in like you own the place.
And now suit packages including a select suit, dress shirt, tie or pocket square, just $249. Plus all Cole Haan shoes now 30% off.
It's time to like the way you look.
It's not how you get in there. That's
no, I got it.
No.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
The 2018 Cadillac XT5.
Worship me.
Beauty, greater than the sum of its parts. Get this low mileage lease on this Cadillac XT5 from around $329 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer.
Worship me.
You ever look up at the stars and wonder, how do they pack all that taste into these charbroiled sliders that start for just $1? Magic. Charbroiled sliders starting at just $1. Only at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
Saturday, 4:15 Eastern Time. This one might determine the Big 12 regular season title. Big helper tonight. Texas Tech loses. So number 8 Kansas goes there in a sonic blockbuster. And then 5th-ranked Duke, who is destroying Louisville tonight over on ESPN, and Mike Patrick's final call. We'll see if Marvin Bagley plays both games on the ESPN app and can be seen on ESPN. College Game Day will be at the Texas Tech Arena. You guys have had huge crowds here recently, so. Tonight, Syracuse becomes one of the first 4 out with their loss tonight. They lost to Carolina at home. And now UCLA moves to the last 4 in last line.
Well, Coach, what have you seen out of Wendell Carter Jr. in the last 2 weeks with Bagley being out?
Well, he's playing with more space. Now he's the lone low-post player. He can also shoot the trail, but they're a different team because the ball's now in Grayson Allen's hands.
He's got 28 tonight, Coach.
Yeah, well, they got it out of Trayvon Duval's hands, and they put it in Grayson Allen's hands. Duval's better when you advance pass and he can attack. Grayson Allen can come off those ball screens. You go under, he shoots it. If you trail it, he can turn the corner. He's getting to the foul line, which is important. And Wendell Carter now, they're playing through just Wendell Carter. Much better spacing, and they've been better defensively as well.
Williams has 19. Good game for him tonight, and they needed that after his coach challenged him. Florida may have gotten away with a walk there. Chiosa, Stone, they try that 3 again. That's way short. Still 8 on the shot clock, and Chiosa says, let's start again.
He's got to drive that matchup.
I don't like the fact he gave the ball up there, Coach.
Yeah, he's got to drive that matchup.
Kulichoff misses.
You got Grant Williams on you. You know you got a quicker first step. You know you're going to be at a lower center of gravity. Chiosa's got to look to attack him.
Rick Barnes is going to run some clock right now, and this is what he calls his basic action. Watch screen downs and curls, you're going to see. There's a curl.
6 on the shot clock. Bone, left hand blocked. And Chiosa, there's that explosive speed. That may have been deflected on the defensive end by Turner, but it ends up in the hands of Jalen Hudson for 2.
It's a 5-point game here with 2:30 left to go. Now, you get 2 stops in a row, get out in transition, drive the basketball. You know, 1 minute left to go in this game. We're going to see something.
They've got to get a post up right here. There's the rub, cut, and shake.
Look at him deep. Get it to him.
They'll get the foul on Stone.
Simple offense, coach.
Really, really good job. That's right out of the Gary Williams playbook right there. You lift opposite post, you run a little flex cut over the top, and you just shape him. And that guy, I mean, to get around Grant Williams, you're in another area code.
You need a roadmap.
Yeah, you go from like whatever the area code here is, you go to one different area code. It's incredible. That's a good thing if you're a post player.
Barney, area code?
Well, the size of your, all right, is no doubt in reflection of your ability to hold a seal on the block, Fabby. You know that.
Without question.
Area code, by the way, is 865.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I wonder if Kayvon Allen's under the weather. He's got only 2 fouls. He's sitting on the bench. He's taken 3 shots. He hasn't scored a point tonight.
I'd say yes, but I would also tell you that the way he's played on the road this season, this is more the norm.
Chiosa kicks it. Hudson, big 3. How about Chiosa getting his own rebound off of that miss? And that 3 brings it to within 4.
Every time you think about Florida and you say, all right, you know what? It looks like this game's going to slip away from them. They're not going to have enough time. All of a sudden, a team that's been struggling all night long from beyond the arc, able to dial up another one. And if they can just avoid fouling, Tennessee has not made a field goal in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Both of these teams, too, have trouble finishing games. We've seen that recently.
Well, in Florida, the last 2 in particular against Georgia and then Vandy. This was last year in the NCAA tournament. Chris Chiosa, the floating 3, gets them into the Elite 8 where they lost to South Carolina in the All-SEC battle inside Madison Square Garden.
That's a great steal.
Coach, he just jumped off his man, played that brilliantly, and ripped the heart out of Missouri in that game.
Chiosa and Jalen Hudson, the 2 guys. If Florida's going to win this basketball game, Jalen Hudson all of a sudden getting it going. 2 threes and a putback. And then Chris Chiosa's got to make plays. But those are the 2 guys that they have to play through Florida right now. But most importantly, they got to get a stop right here. They got to defend without fouling, get a stop, and then one of those 2 guys, whatever your best stuff is, down the stretch to put the ball in either of those 2 players' hands, that's who needs to make a play. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Florida go with some type of pressure right here in the backcourt.
Chris Chiosa with his assist tonight moves into the 2nd position all-time. Florida school history for assists.
And again, not splitting the atom here, Coach, but if you're Mike White, you're talking about defending the post. Doing work early, trying to make sure
doubling it. I think you got it right now, the way they're posting it to Grant Williams. You got to double it, get it out of there, and then rotate and come back and rebound.
They've been a little bit slow on their double teams, though.
I haven't seen that. Good job, Tennessee, handling it. They're going to run that same action. Watch. Great steal.
Pass. There's Williams for the dunk.
Wow. I mean,
that's good execution.
And a beautiful pin and seal by Grant Williams. Hayes had nothing he could do right there. Quick ball movement. Pin on the high side.
Just wide open.
You're better off giving that one up and staying home than giving up a 3.
Williams will call a timeout as the full-court pressure made it difficult to get the ball in. It's still a 4-point game with 1:08 to go.
It's all about positioning if you're number 2 in White. And the quick ball reversal to the corner, playing that ball to be passed to the corner, the pin and seal on the high side.
Look at the push this man up
just
the lane.
finish.
Can we run that back one more time? Watch Grant Williams drive his defender. I guess we can't. All the way up the lane to create that baseline pass. That's just incredible late game execution.
Coach, you got it for you. Go ahead.
As this play develops, watch Grant Williams right there push his man up the lane to create space. He releases, 2-hand catch. That's just really terrific late-game execution. Defenders playing high, you pitch it to the corner, you got an angle, you punch it in there. Grant Williams has been a grown man in the second half.
23 points tonight. He has made 8 of 12 field goal attempts, and he's been very good from the free throw line, 7 of 8. Not a shock the game is close, despite the fact that it hasn't been played at a crisp level. 40% of the games in the SEC this season have been decided by 7 or less.
No, that just speaks to the depth this year in the conference. It's been so well coached. Will Wade doing a great job his first year at LSU, by the way.
Center of the ball. There you go.
Good right to the post.
Huge trip with less than a minute to go and 12 on the shot clock. Williams going one-on-one. He gets into a good spot. That ball was blocked. Back to a defensive play by Hayes. Now Chiosa the other way. Spins, throws it up wildly. Not a good shot. And now you got a foul.
Yeah, just way off balance was Chris Chiosa. Very unlike Chris Chiosa to throw up a shot where he is not in control. This is a player over the course of his career that's been in such great control.
That's just a bad decision right there. I mean, like, here, look, time and score, it's a two-possession game. You can't play faster than the rest of your team. Get some spacing so that, and then attack. But you know, he's playing against numbers.
First free throw, long. Jordan Bowden is not a good free throw shooter at 43%. He was 2 of 2 tonight before those two, and he makes 1 of 2. 5-point game. 29 to go. That time Chiosa drives and he gets it to go, so we went right back to the well.
Except for that time, better body control and a great back screen by Hayes that extended all the way up right almost to the mid-court line. And as soon as he got a piece of Chris Chiosa's man, a little change of pace. Here comes the screen. Boom, hits him. Now you're downhill on Grant Williams. Advantage Chiosa.
That's just awful communication. I mean, here, you've got to call out that screen. You can't leave your teammate just without any type of communication. I mean, that's just a poor job of communicating and a terrific execution by Florida.
And I would ask, why doesn't he do that more? He can blow by anybody when he wants. Free throw misses, and it's a 3-point lead.
We got a foul. We got time.
They're trying to wrap him up, and they finally do, and they get it in the hands of Bowden. They call the foul with Bowden.
You can't get the ball on the sideline in those situations where they can use the sideline as a trap. You got to get the ball centered and get the ball in the middle of the floor and get the ball in your best free throw shooter's hands. And here's Bowden stepping up on the line. Now he can...
Lamonte Turner tried to get on the line.
It's always a good thing. He's a pretty good free throw shooter.
Yes.
One of the best in the league, right?
Lamonte Turner shoots free throws at a 90% clip.
That's good, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of like you, Randy.
Right. Bowden shoots.
Varney was a big-time free throw shooter, by the way.
Yeah.
Varney, golden stroke.
Off the fingertips, Coach. Off the fingertips. See the rotation in the air.
Coach Lav at the Pepperdine. That's my prediction.
Ooh.
How about that one for you?
What do you say? Coach Lav in the Pepperdine?
I'm going to ask him to start that room. Lav to Pepperdine.
All is fine in the dime.
So he's fighting. Hey, Coach Harrod, Coach Lavin, I can see it.
Could also see Romar trying to make a push to go back there.
That'd be good.
61-57 here. 13 seconds to go in the game. And Bowden makes them both. Big free throws.
A lot of times in this, they're going to set a down screen for Kulichov and try to get him up beyond the three-point line.
Chiosa driving, looking to kick, and Stone. No good. Rebound by Admiral Schofield, and the clock will just run out. Home win for the Volunteers, 62-57. Rick Barnes' team improves to 10-5 in the conference, and they stay within a couple of games of the Auburn Tigers.
A 20th win of the year for the Vols. And Grant Williams responded. His coach called him out, and he played like it. 23 points, 8 of 13 shooting, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. There's not much more you could ask for a number 2.
That's also the coach knowing that the player can deal with a situation like that, because it was very public. It wasn't one of those where he cornered him in the locker room and said, hey, I need you to do this. That was very public, and the comments were all over the newspaper and the internet. And Williams responds in a big way with 23 points. Schofield goes for 16 on 7 of 17 shooting and 8 rebounds.
And they stay in position.
Yep.
Should Auburn trip up, the door is still open for Tennessee to potentially win the regular season SEC.
All right, let's go to Seth.
I'm here with Grant Williams. Coach kind of challenged him this week. He said, enough of the talk and go out and play. Dominate the paint. He kind of reacted in a pretty positive way.
He gave me a challenge, and I had to respond. I didn't do a good job on the defensive end, which he's been challenging me on that, so that's something I have to improve on. But on the offensive end, I felt like I did my job tonight.
Now, you got in foul trouble. He brought you back in the second half. You had, to me, it seemed like a sense of purpose, not just scoring it, but rebounding the basketball. What was Coach telling you when you went back in the game?
Just be aggressive, and honestly, I wasn't rebounding. G, our strength coach, told me I had 3 rebounds at the half. That's something that I have to pride myself on, and rebounding the ball. So I just decided I was going to pursue every rebound, and our offensive end just keep attacking the rim, putting them in foul trouble.
Moving forward, how good can this Tennessee basketball team be?
As I've said, as always, we can be one of the best teams in the country, if not the best team in the country. That's how we feel, and that's how we just got to play. We got to have the confidence, and we also have to have that passion that we play every night.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, babe.
Thank you.
Good job.
Well, and he talks about wanting to be one of the best teams in the country. They can feel that way. Remember, they beat Purdue. They were right there with Villanova down in the battle for Atlantis.
They shoot 43% and win it 62-57. Their defense prevented Florida from ever making 3 field goals in a row. Rashawn Farham, feel better, big fella.
Got it.
Seth Greenberg, you'll see him tomorrow, Cincinnati and UConn. Up next.